I need to go back to my YouTube because I'm also gonna do. Oh, why is my camera so? Okay, anyway. 192. God. Okay. Sorry, that's off topic. What is up, peoples of the peoples, and the peoples? If you know. Gonna do. Oh, why is my camera so? Okay, anyway. 192. God. Okay. Sorry, that's off topic. What is up, peoples of the people's internet? If you know, you know. So today we are gonna play a game. You guessed it, a game. We are actually gonna play the FNAF game. We're doing a rematch, y'all. Doing a rematch. If you want to join the Discord also, give me a second. I can show that. I think it's on this one or this one. One of the two. Yeah, it's on this one. Okay, give me a second. Come on, computer. Oh, I just turned off. Of course it did. Come on, Discord. You can launch. Okay. So, who suggested what? Who the friend suggestions? Mostly. What? Who is Tinkerbell? Who dat? Okay, I'm not gonna go leaking people's things, but crafting idle clicker, Gabriel, you have some explaining to do. Anyway, so this is my server. If y'all want to join it, here's the thing. Pin. I'm gonna pin it. Because yeah. Hello, John Cena. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Okay. So if y'all want to join the stream, or not the stream, the Discord, this is. I pinned it in the chat. This is where you join. I'll be in it, probably. By the way, I don't have Discord. Darn it! Okay. What else can we use then? Because. Oh, I have to update? Hello? I want it opening on here, not there. What is this? Why is it? Whatever. Um, come on, Discord, please. Thank you. Okay. Suggestions. Who? Dougie Fresh. That's probably my stepdad. That's my sister. What's up? What's up, brother? Anyway. But I'm not gonna go leaking my Discord, even though it's on the thing. But what game should we play, y'all? Oh wait, I said this game. So let's play this game, y'all, again. Because apparently it runs better on my while I'm streaming on YouTube versus wait, maybe I need to turn it down? Does it crackle at all? It might. Honestly, it might. I don't actually know. Does it pop like stuff? What's up, brother? Except you're not my actual brother, but I'm still saying you're my brother. The mic isn't bad. Alright. Isn't? Why did you do all caps? Isn't? Are you being sarcastic or something? I don't know why I put. It made me put isn't. So that's 2,000 if I do all of this at 10. But at 20, this is 4. I press escape. Oh no, it did it again. What do you mean it did it again? Oops, I did it again. Ba-da-da-da. I don't know the words. Oh hi. Oh hi. Go away. I forgot how to play this game, y'all. Forgot to play this game. I closed the vent. Hello?
Always come back.
I always come back. Shut up. Hold on. Oh, it's gonna be quiet for a minute because I'm gonna. Is my mic good? Tell me in the chat if my mic is good. It should be good now, but I actually don't know. Because I lowered the mic volume so it's a little bit better. So it's not all like crackly. So I watch my own videos, yes. I'm my own fan. Why are both of them at my door? Hello? Both of the door guys are at my door. What is this, brother? Go away. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. Oh, hi.
Please deposit 5 coins. You are attempting to thank you for depositing 5 coins.
How am I not dead? Okay, I forgot to play this game. No, you're not.
Yar, you win some.
Oh my...
Yar,
This
you play with 5
piece of crap little... Like, this guy, brother. What... This guy keeps killing me every single time I press on the parrot. What is this? Like, ooh, I could... That'd be so cool if I can have the chat, like, right here. So y'all can see yourself. That would be cool, actually. I might try to do that on one of the streams. Just not playing any game, is just figuring out my stuff. You know, because you've seen, like, other YouTubers and stuff, like, do the same thing. Did you go? Oh, you're not gone. What is this? Can you all see that?
Freddy doesn't like this. Freddy does.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
What do you have to tell me? Yep. Knew it. Go away. Thanks. Yep. Y'all, I'm like... I'm not locked in. Ah. I'm not clicking on him.
Yar, you win some, you lose some. Yar, you play
Okay,
with 5,
y'all need to keep
sometimes
count
you
how many times this guy killed me. I've lost count. This is stupid, man. It's gonna be even more chaotic with all 20. Because I'm warmed up, kind of. I need to focus, though. I have too much on my mind right now. Three. This guy has killed me 3 times, yeah. About 3 times, yeah. Oh. I'm turning you off. It's still my high score. So, we're good. It's still my high score, y'all. So, it's not like it's not my high score. Like, yep. Okay. Okay. Lock in. Yo, did you see that? Wait, hold on. Did you see that for like a split second? There was like a face. It almost looked like Nightmaring that. I just realized that. Freddy 15. Him? Regular? Or Golden Freddy? Regular Freddy or Golden? Or any of the other Freddys? Like this guy, these two, Puppet. Yeah, the little, yeah. Isn't, technically, if I remember correctly, both, maybe. You want the Puppet? Maybe after, if I pass 3,800, maybe. So that would be chaos. Because I would have to pay attention to him and everyone else. And it's already too much. Like, it almost, the little, like, face I saw for like a split second after Golden Freddy killed me, specifically Golden Freddy. Hold on, I need to show y'all. Specifically him. When he kills me, I see like a folding face. Freddy in 15. Not Golden Freddy 15, Freddy 15. So, hold on. I wonder if I'll do it again. Probably not, right? It's like right there. Did you see it again? Hold on. Pay attention to this. Hold on. No, it's Golden Freddy, right? I just got rid of him. Look! It's like a little, like, face, like, girl face. Almost. Did y'all see that? Or to the one person that's in here? Did you see that? Like... I don't know. Yeah, no, I meant Golden Freddy and Freddy 15. Google Cassidy photo. Okay. It might be them. Okay, let me just... I know lore, so maybe. Cassidy? Cassidy. Diddy. FNAF? Cassidy. Wait, how do you spell it? S-A... Cassidy. Cassidy. Photo. Oh my god, I can't spell. Honestly, I don't know. Not that. Wait, I just saw it. It's this. It's this guy. It's this. That's what I keep saying if this Golden Freddy killed me. I'm not even kidding, that's what I saw. I know lore, so maybe. Why do I keep left clicking? Stop it. I'm not even kidding, I saw wait, that's Cassidy? Y'all. Hold on, man. I knew it. Bro. That's what I keep saying. That is what I keep saying. There's no way that's not what I keep saying, right? Because it's lore that the soul that possessed Freddy, that's the soul that possessed Golden Freddy. We think, at least. Well, I believe it because I watched like a video about it. Ooh, I wonder if I can find it and we can watch it together. But I wonder if that's actually Cassidy, because I saw a video the other day about it, so I wonder if we can find it and watch it again. I'm just gonna have y'all at like 20. Who else did I have? Okay, you. Who? I know I had more. 51. Oh, you're at 10. Okay. Who else did I have? I don't even. Oh, these two. Yeah, that's 4. So I could get rid of him. No, I got rid of him. Could add someone, or I can just do it. I think it might be them. Might be, Cassidy, right? Is that what you mean? Because I think it is. I see every single time, almost every single time I got killed by Golden Freddy, I see Cassidy, or what I think is Cassidy, for like a split second, and then it kicks me out. So, I think, yeah. Should we watch the video that I saw the other day? That's like an hour long. Should we do it? Let's do it. We're doing it. Do y'all want to do that? Hold on, I'm gonna not show that because it's kinda... Hold on, I'm just gonna do this because I don't want to show you anything. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Let me get on to YouTube. NAF lore. Found it. That's the first video that came up. Yep. Okay. Let's do it.
One plan, one price. Introducing Simplicity
Yep.
from Verizon.
It's an ad.
The probability of me understanding this is 0.
You should AI that with Copilot.
You should shut up.
She can sing.
I'm gonna shut up. So if you guys want to talk to me, just type something in chat.
Together in one place.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a franchise with over a decade's worth of content, spanning countless games, books, and now a movie. There's a reason that no matter whose timeline you watch, they all look different. Making a FNAF timeline is not easy. There are so many ways you can interpret this story, and this is mine. So let's start at the beginning. Back in the 70s, a company called Fazbear Entertainment got its start by creating different props and mascot costumes for carnivals, and specifically for something called the Fall Fest. The Fall Fest featured various mascot characters, such as a bird, an elephant, and the most popular of all, Fredbear and Bonnie. These specific mascot costumes were so popular, Fazbear Entertainment opened a dedicated restaurant for them called Fredbear's Family Diner, featuring the same Fredbear and Bonnie mascot costumes from the Fall Fest. What Fazbear Entertainment didn't account for, though, was one of their animatronics from the Fall Fest going rogue, ending in a giant fire, with most of everything from the Fall Fest being destroyed.
I want to say something. Sorry for pausing it. Isn't that the clown guy, the Mimic from Secret of the Mimic, or am I just going crazy? Am I right? I don't even know. Okay.
The specifics about the animatronic that went rogue.
Is that not the Mimic right there? Is that not the Mimic? Or I mean, I haven't really watched it all,
and will
so.
likely be revealed next year in FNAF's
Secret.
next big release.
Yeah, see? Secret of the Mimic. This guy, it's Secret of the Mimic. So I was right, okay.
Although
I'm
we
gonna shut
don't know
up.
much about how this fire occurred, we do know that after the fire, Fazbear Entertainment
Oh,
started
no.
phasing out of the mascot costume era. They needed something new. The two men who helped found Fazbear Entertainment, William Afton and Henry Emily, stepped up to the plate. William Afton was mostly the businessman of the two, handling all of the money, while Henry was the more creative one, with him being in charge of building most of the animatronics and props for the company. With the Fall Fest era of the company coming to a close, they were only left with Fredbear's Family Diner, the standalone restaurant created for the Fredbear and Bonnie characters. In order to replace the mascot versions of Fredbear and Bonnie, Henry went to work on new versions of the characters, eventually creating the new Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, the same characters but with new designs and new suits. Henry called them Springlock suits. These suits are able to double as both an animatronic and a suit that the employees could wear. To switch the suit from animatronic mode to suit mode, the employees could use a hand crank to pull back the animatronic parts, leaving room for them to climb inside. The spring locks that were helping to hold back those animatronic parts were very sensitive though, and with even a little bit of moisture, the spring locks could potentially snap shut, crushing and killing whoever was inside. But if that ended up happening, Fazbear Entertainment had some common sense procedures set in place.
In case that the spring locks come loose while you are wearing a suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out, as to not ruin the customer experience.
Fredbear's Family Diner ended up being super successful for William and Henry, so much so that other companies tried replicating it. Another company proceeded to rip off Fazbear Entertainment's old mascot characters by creating their own animatronic versions of them. The leader of the group
Hold on. That's the Happy Frog. That's Mr. Hippo. That's the elephant. No, that's the elephant-looking guy. That's Ned Bear.
was Ned Bear, a direct copy of Fredbear, followed by a hippo, an elephant, and a frog. All characters from the Fall Fest, and all with slightly different designs to avoid copyright issues. But while the rival company was able
Copyright
to
of your
replicate the
own
designs,
company,
they could
that's
not
crazy.
replicate Henry's state-of-the-art technology. Their robots were poorly made and had to have giant batteries with exposed wires on stage with them. Naturally, the rival company failed.
Yeah.
And ended up being bought out by Fazbear Entertainment. With all of the success from Fredbear's Family Diner, William and Henry decided to branch out and create more characters for a new restaurant. In 1983, William and Henry opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, featuring Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. With the opening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza,
So they
Fazbear
burn it.
Entertainment was
Hi, Freddy
experiencing
and Bonnie
success
and
like they've
Chica.
never seen before. But with two restaurants now open at the same time, more success also
Yeah.
meant more work for William and Henry. The duo were so wrapped up in work that they started neglecting their own families.
the purple
William
guy.
was the father of 3 kids, the eldest, Michael, the crying child, and Elizabeth. The crying child has yet to have a 100% confirmed name, so for this video, he will just be called the crying child. Meanwhile, Henry had 1 kid, a daughter named Charlie. The business partners spent most of their days working,
Charlie.
so they both created different ways of taking care of
Isn't... Hold on,
their
okay, I'm
kids.
gonna shut up.
Henry was the robotics genius, so he used his talents to create a new animatronic to watch Charlie
Yeah.
for him. It was called the Security Puppet. This animatronic would sit by the door of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and make sure that Charlie wasn't able to leave the building. This made it so Charlie could play at the restaurant while Henry worked, without Henry having to worry about her leaving the building or getting kidnapped. The robot was linked directly to a green bracelet that Charlie was wearing. If Charlie, wearing the green bracelet, tried leaving the building, the security puppet would spring into action. William, on the other hand, was the businessman of the company. He cared more about making money, but also saving money. Naturally, he decided to just force his eldest son, Michael, to babysit while he was at work. Michael was mostly in charge of babysitting the crying child. The crying child didn't have many friends, but he did have a close relationship with his plushies. These plushies were of characters from his favorite show, Fredbear and Friends, Fazbear Entertainment's newest cartoon, featuring Fredbear, Freddy, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. The crying child's favorite character, though, was Fredbear. He especially loved his Fredbear plushie. Although he loved the plushie version of the characters, the animatronics would soon become a different story. One day, while visiting Fredbear's family diner, the crying child saw something that would scar him for the rest of his life. While wandering the restaurant, he walked by the employees only room, where an employee accidentally left the door open. Inside the room was his father, William Afton, helping another employee into a spring Bonnie suit. But through the eyes of the crying child, this looked like someone was literally being stuffed into an animatronic suit. The crying child was so young that he wasn't educated on how the mascot characters worked, so seeing a human be put inside of one terrified him. When a child experiences something traumatic, their brain naturally tries finding ways to deal with that trauma. The crying child's way of dealing with his trauma was by creating an imaginary friend. This imaginary friend took the form of the object he loved the most, his Fredbear plushie. His new imaginary friend Fredbear followed him wherever he went, shape-shifting into flowers, hiding behind cars, and in the sewers, with nobody being able to see him except for the crying child. When the crying child was overwhelmed, the plushie would talk to him and try to calm him down. Even when the plushie wasn't around, it was still able to speak to him because it lived in his mind. While the crying child was dealing with the trauma of seeing what he thinks was someone being stuffed into a suit, his brother Michael was only making it worse. Michael knew about what happened with his younger brother and used it against him. Every day while babysitting the crying child,
This game, you're not ready for it.
Game, you're not
would
gonna shut up.
mask, hide somewhere in the house, and jump scare his little brother.
Yeah. Oh, I hate this. You there still? Yeah, I just have my camera off. See, I'm still here. I just have my camera off so y'all can see the full thing. Can you hear me?
From the pizzeria to your living room, you no longer have to wait to sing and dance with Fredbear and Friends. Weeknights at 8, 7 Central.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, I would do the same thing, bro. Okay. I've been live for that.
Through all of Michael's bullying, the crying child's imaginary friend Fredbear would comfort him and talk him through the situation, saying, "You know he is hiding again. Be careful. Tomorrow is another day." Michael wasn't the only one bullying the crying child, though. The local kids in the neighborhood heard about why the crying child was so scared of the pizzeria, even making up fake rumors related to what the crying wasn't the only one bullying the hiding again. Be careful. Comfort him and talk. Through all of Michael's bullying, the crying child
Punch him, exactly, bro.
comfort him and talk him through.
Man, I hate that.
Through all of Michael's bullying, the crying child's imaginary friend Fredbear would comfort him and talk him through the situation.
Just
saying,
punch him.
"You
Just
know
be
he's
like,
hiding
"Oh,
again.
you
Be
want a
careful.
knuckle sandwich for
Tomorrow is
lunch?"
another day." Michael wasn't the only one bullying the crying child, though. The local kids in the neighborhood
You know,
heard about
just
why the
be
crying
like,
child was so
"You want a
scared of
knuckle
the pizzeria,"
sandwich?
even making up fake rumors related to what the crying child thought he saw there. "You'd better watch out. I hear they come to life at night. And if you die, they hide your body and never tell anyone." But all of this bullying would come to a head on one special day, the crying child's birthday.
Stop the bite of
Ironically,
Wilson.
the party was being held at Fredbear's family diner. Because he was so terrified of being at the pizzeria, he hid under the table.
I had
knowing
to,
that
man.
Michael and his
I
friends
know
would
to
be
run
nearby,
us
planning a
from.
prank that would go
He is
terribly wrong.
fucked. Is that the bite of 87 or 83? Makes you grab a pizza.
5 minutes.
Makes you grab a pizza. I heard his tears set the spring locks off. Or his head got bit off. Ready? Make sure to spam. Is that the bite of 87, I want to say? Do it. 3, 2, hit a freeze. 1.
Michael and his friends lifted the crying child up to quote, give Fredbear a kiss, and Fredbear bit down on him, leaving his body to go limp. Michael and his friends quickly stopped laughing. Because of Michael's immature behavior, his terrified younger brother paid the ultimate price. Although the crying child was badly hurt, he didn't immediately die. Because of the immense brain damage, he slipped into a coma. After being treated at a hospital, the crying child was taken home so he could be comfortable, surrounded by his only friends, his plushies. In the crying child's
How did bro not die?
Michael decides to apologize for what he's done, saying, "Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sorry." After Michael speaks, the crying child's imaginary friend Fredbear, created out of the trauma he experienced,
Actually, how did he not die?
the whole time. It comforts him, saying, "You're broken. We are still your friends. Do you still believe that? I'm still here. I will put you back together." This would be the final thing the crying child hears before he dies. The crying child's
wait,
spirit
never
would
mind.
then live on in the Fredbear suit, the thing that took his life. The crying child's death wasn't just an accident. It was directly caused by Michael's recklessness. This is something that Michael could potentially face jail time for, so it needed to be covered up. Since the crying child was being kept at home, no one else knew that he ended up passing away. So William and Michael ended up
So wait, in FNAF 4, you're the crying child? How did he not die, like, right away when he got his head bit off? Like, what? It squished like a potato. It literally just went squish. What is this? Why is there not sound? Hello?
the crying child's body in the middle of the woods where no one would find him. No tombstone, no flowers, just a pile of dirt, an unmarked grave, and a lifetime's worth of guilt that Michael would have to live with. Shortly after the incident, Fredbear's family diner was quickly shut down, and Fredbear was completely wiped from existence. The
Every crying child in his coma. That's why he sees things. Okay.
Fredbear and Friends TV show turned into Freddy and Friends on tour. The Fredbear and Spring Bonnie
Freddy and Friends
also ended up being moved into the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, mainly being used as spare suits if one of the Freddys
and Wilkinson medical equipment pills. It's an Easter egg. Okay, that is cool. I need to get that game so I could stream it. Bro, that is cool. I want that game, man. It's like
the death of William Afton's youngest
it's
son
like
was a pivotal moment in
$5
this story.
though.
Specifically, William Afton's story. This was the first domino to fall. A father losing his son is a traumatic situation, and while any other father would take time to grieve, be sad, and properly deal with such a big loss, William Afton took a different route. Afton definitely was upset about his son dying, but it wasn't because he felt bad for his son. It was because it was embarrassing.
Actually, how did he not die, like, straight away? Look at this. Like, what? How did he not die? Like, instantly. Except he went into a coma.
All he cared about was work and comparing himself to his business partner, Henry. Henry had a wife, a kid, and a talent for robotics that Afton was utterly jealous of. The death of the crying child sent Afton over the edge, because while Henry's family was still perfect, his was now broken. Henry and William had different ways of taking care of their kids, and while Afton employing his eldest son failed, Henry's security puppet succeeded. Henry's daughter, Charlie, lived on. Afton had a hard time with this feeling of embarrassment. He started becoming an alcoholic, frequently visiting the local bar called Junior's. One night, though, after drinking a little too much and getting kicked out of the bar...
Well, FNAF games are just so good, you know?
He decided that he was going to settle the score with Henry. Afton, drunk and filled with rage, drove from the bar to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where he knew Charlie was being watched over by Henry's security puppet. Afton planned on risking everything to kill Henry's daughter, Charlie. He didn't care if he got caught, and he didn't care if he went to prison. But when Afton got to Freddy's, he noticed that Charlie was standing outside by herself.
They're so good.
It turned out
Like,
that some bullies were able to trap the security puppet in its box and lock Charlie outside the building, giving Afton the perfect opportunity to kill Charlie outside of the pizzeria. The security puppet was eventually able to escape its box and went looking for Charlie. As Afton sped away, the puppet noticed that Charlie was outside in the pouring rain. It then did what it was programmed to do and went to protect her. But as the puppet got closer to Charlie's body, the rain started making it short circuit. It was forced to crawl its way over to her until the rain got to be too much and the puppet shut down right next to Charlie's body.
hold on.
While Charlie and the puppet lay lifeless next to each other, Afton was speeding home, driving right past where he buried his son and the bar he got kicked out of. When Afton got home, he was met with his wife sitting in the living room watching TV, and Michael...
Yeah.
Did you put that? You didn't let yourself in it. I opened up the Listerine until you put it in the water. Did you use the water? Did you brush your teeth? Brush your teeth.
Okay, I'm live streaming right.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
And then when you start working on laundry,
Okay.
um,
I'll do that in like a
things
few.
like in
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just watching a video. Huh?
No.
No. I mean, kind of, but it's very faint. I was W YouTuber.
Afton was a drunk and abusive father.
I'm a
and fully
W
blamed
YouTuber?
Michael
What
for
do you
what
mean,
happened
man?
to his youngest son. Mrs. Afton tells him to leave Michael alone.
Leave him
because he's
alone
had a tough
tonight.
day,
He
but
had a rough
Afton
day.
doesn't listen. He goes over to Michael's room and pounds on the door,
Of
only for the door
course,
to be
I
locked.
told
He then
you
makes his way around the
not to
house to
close your
try and
door,
find a
would
way
it?
in from the outside. But once he gets to Michael's
Oh,
bedroom
he
window,
broke
he
out.
notices that it's broken, and Michael was gone. Michael
Oh, yeah.
was so upset by what he did to his brother that he would sometimes see visions of Fredbear appear and disappear. Tonight,
At-
Fredbear appeared outside his bedroom window, and it
At
almost
the
felt
time,
like
it
his
could.
brother was
I mean,
calling
it's
out.
good.
might be here soon. Love you. I'm
Wait
going
till-
to bed.
Okay.
So,
Wait, I want to hug real quick.
love you. I don't feel good still. Be good.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
watching a video.
Video.
It's FNAF timeline
Um,
because why not? We were talking about FNAF game I was playing. It was like a child that was showing up every time I got killed by this one character, and we were like, now we're that's now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. Get well soon. Thank you, bro. I'll tell her that.
From
I don't
being
know
brave.
if.
This would happen
Yeah.
frequently, and every time it did, Michael would run to the spot where they buried his younger brother.
That's
only
my
to
mom, by
find
the
that
way.
Nothing had changed. His younger brother was still gone and buried in the ground. Afton knew Michael did this often, saying, "Ran off to that place again. He will be sorry when he gets back." The guilt of killing his younger brother haunted Michael in his real life, but also in his dreams. Michael would constantly have nightmares about the animatronic that took his brother's life. These were the exact same nightmares his younger brother used to have every night, now passed on to him.
Oh. It's a FNAF 4 thing. I heard that might be FNAF 4 too. That is FNAF 4. The room that is. I recognize it. No, man. Oh, brother. Hold on. No. Share dreams, but like, what is that Fredbear? Oh, hell no. Brother, what is that? No, brother. No. 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 No, brother. No. That is some creepy, bro. Okay. No, oh, man. Nightmare Fredbear. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, dude. He's the. Reach into it. Dude, you're gonna get your hand bit off. I'm gonna grab my. I'm gonna grab my. Hold on. I'm gonna show my screen or my video real quick. I'm gonna grab this guy and just. Oh, it's unsafe. You know. You know. Wait, do you have to go? He's dead. Yeah. I would grab my gun, my fake gun, of course, YouTube, and just. Bro, what is that? He does. He does, though. Oh my god. He's like, huh?
After the death of Charlie, Fazbear Entertainment tried their best.
I love it. That is
Fortunately for
hilarious,
them
man.
and for William, the crime was committed outside, where no one was around to witness it. William was able.
Actually, wait. No, I would grab water. I mean, I'm running if I seen that. If I see that, I am grabbing water. You know why? Because it's an animatronic. And water plus electronics do not mix. Like that's the first thing I'm doing. And then getting the frick out of there, man.
The security puppet was quickly moved to the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where the retired Fredbear and Spring Bonnie suits resided. But something was different about the security puppet. Dark tears now appeared on the mask of the animatronic. Dark tears that weren't there before. This is something that Afton quickly noticed the next day when he went into work.
Yeah, I know. It was just creepy, man. If I had a dream about that, oh my god. Bro, I would freak out, man. I would be like, I had a dream about Nightmare Fredbear. I'm gonna.
Next to Charlie's body. So does that mean Charlie's soul now resided in the puppet? William definitely noticed that the puppet looked different. Almost like it was haunted. Almost like it was thinking. Other employees would eventually notice the same thing.
I'll be honest.
Elizabeth?
That puppet thing. It's always thinking.
Who's Elizabeth? Isn't that
Security puppet may be
Cassidy?
the spirit of Charlie. Afton went back and looked
Oh,
at the
Elizabeth.
crying
I
child
wake up
Fredbear
screaming,
plushie, only to
yes,
find that
bro.
it also seemed to be haunted. The crying child feared for his life every single day, and that plushie was something he was able to cry and pour his agony into. Afton believed that this is what caused the plushie to appear haunted. It wasn't made alive by the spirit of his son, it was made alive by the agony and fear his son poured into it. Afton quickly became obsessed with the concept of haunted objects, and more specifically, the power of human emotion. He needed to find out if this is something he could take advantage of. Afton then used all of his money he made from Fredbear's and Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to build a giant underground facility directly under his house. It was here that he would try to recreate what happened with his son, to recreate the fear and agony.
Oh, that's what FNAF 4 is. That's exactly what FNAF 4 is. Almost.
experienced. In order to do this, Afton didn't take any chances.
Right?
He needed to
Isn't that what FNAF 4 is? Or am I just stupid? I don't know, man.
replicate exactly what his son went through every day.
That's sister location. That is sister location. What? Y'all, this is...
In order to do this, Afton built a replica of his house underground, along with his son's daily walk to Fredbear's family diner. He also built a makeshift bedroom where he could force kids to have the same nightmare every night. Afton would sit in his office watching them on the cameras that could be accessed using the passcode 1983, the year his son got bit. He also kept the crying child Fredbear plushie on the desk as a reminder of what he was trying to replicate. In the makeshift bedroom, there were dummy animatronics that wheeled down the hallway. But the kids wouldn't see them as just blank dummies on wheels. Afton would pump hallucinogenic gas into the room to get the kids to think that what they were seeing was a monster. These nightmare gas canisters were being stored all throughout his underground facility, and on the bed of this makeshift bedroom was a Freddy plushie, in the hopes that the kids would pour their fear and agony into the plush, like his son did to his plushie. On the other side of the bunker, where Afton recreated the crying child's walk to Fredbear's, he placed a bunch of Fredbear plushies all over the place. These Fredbear plushies had walkie-talkies inside of them. This was Afton's way of recreating his son's imaginary friend that would talk to him wherever he went. Afton would speak to the kids through his walkie-talkie sitting in his private office. After setting up the bunker, Afton was only missing one more thing: the kids to run these experiments on. He needed a way to kidnap and capture kids without being caught, and he had the perfect way to do it.
The show will begin momentarily. Everyone, please stay in your seats.
Enter Circus Baby and the Funtime animatronics. These robots were specifically built by Afton to capture kids, featuring Circus Baby, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Ballora. They feature advanced technologies such as parental tracking, voice mimicking / luring, and storage tanks. Circus Baby, the star of the group, was even able to make ice cream as a way to lure kids to her. Once the kid got too close, a giant claw would reach out, grab them, and lock them in the animatronics storage tank. Some of the board members from Fazbear Entertainment were suspicious of these new animatronics.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Afton even created a new restaurant for these animatronics called Circus Baby's Pizza World. Elizabeth, William Afton's daughter, was fascinated by Circus Baby. All she wanted to do was play with her, but Afton wouldn't let her.
Daddy, why won't you let me play with her? You let the other children go see her. Why won't you let me go?
He strictly told her to stay away from the animatronics.
Isn't Elizabeth the ghost inside of Circus Baby? Right?
But one day, she didn't listen. On the opening day of Circus Baby's Pizza World, another domino would fall in Afton's life, and Elizabeth would soon be the victim of his terrible misdeeds.
She is so creepy.
Special. Did you know that? I can make ice cream, although I only did it once. What a wonderful day, though. I was in a small room with balloons and a few tables. I would always count the children. I'm not sure why. They usually played together in groups of 2 or 3. There were 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Time to play.
Yo?
Something happened when there was one.
You talking to me? William's little girl possesses that. What do you mean, hey yo? Are you like saying hey yo to me? I'm confused, man.
I was no longer myself. There was screaming for a moment, but only for a moment.
In an instant, Elizabeth was grabbed by Circus Baby and thrown into her stomach hatch. The sheer force of her being grabbed and thrown into the robot's storage tank was enough to kill her almost instantly. This is something that William wasn't able to test. That was until his daughter became the test. William Afton now lost another one of his kids, but this time
yes
it
to
was
you.
all his fault. After just
How is that sus? How is that weird? Because Elizabeth Ghost is in Circus Baby, right? William's little girl possesses that. What do you mean? I hate you all.
one
I'm
day
kidding, I don't.
Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down. Afton covered up the incident by telling the public that the restaurant shut down due to gas leaks. But not everyone bought that story. The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying, in other news, the grand opening of Circus Baby's Pizza World has apparently been canceled due to reported gas leaks in the building. Sources close to the establishment questioned the report, saying that strange activity around the area at night suggests something else is to blame. One local is quoted as saying, everything
You were like double the age. How is that weird exactly? Possesses that. She's like 7 to 9, I think. You were like double the. I'm 16.
just stopped. There was so much excitement built around this place opening.
I'm
and then they just
16.
stopped talking about it. A tenant from across the street claims to have witnessed a large group of cars
That's not even double.
during the night, and large pieces of equipment being taken out of the building under tarps. A few weeks later, the building was for sale. There is no comment yet from the local entrepreneur who financed the venture. That local entrepreneur, William
If it's
Afton,
not a day of first
successfully
grader
covered up
law.
everything. He was able to bring Circus Baby in the
Why would I want to. What? My brother's a first grader.
about Circus Baby. One distinct feature about Circus Baby was her blue eyes. But what once was blue eyes now were green, the same color as Elizabeth's. In that moment, he knew that his daughter's soul attached itself to the robot. Her soul lived on in Circus Baby. Afton knew that the way Charlie went on to possess the puppet was sloppy, and it was hard to recreate without getting caught. But what if the kids' bodies were hidden where no one would ever look? What if, just like his daughter, their bodies were stuffed into the animatronics? For Afton, Elizabeth's death quickly went from just another inconvenience to a scientific breakthrough. Afton was one step closer to harnessing the power of life itself. But one successful experiment wasn't enough. Just like the fear experiments he built in the bunker, he needed to replicate exactly what happened. He needed to recreate the accident, and he knew exactly how he was going to do it. Using the Funtime animatronics again wasn't an option. Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down, and the public was already getting too suspicious of the animatronics. But he didn't need the Funtime animatronics. He was going to run the experiment himself. On June 26, 1985, William Afton made his way to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. There, he would put on the old Spring Bonnie suit from Fredbear's to lure 5 kids into the back room.
Wait a second.
Hello. Looking for a friend?
The water's clear, come swim with me.
One by one, Afton killed them and stuffed their bodies into the animatronics. Susie was first, being stuffed into Chica. Gabriel went into Freddy, Jeremy into
Gabriel.
Bonnie,
Wait, I
Fritz
know
into
Gabriel.
Foxy, and then there was Cassidy, who went into Fredbear, aka Golden Freddy. At this point, Afton had no idea that the crying child spirit was in Golden Freddy, so he didn't think twice about shoving Cassidy in there. The way Afton killed Cassidy, though, was different from the rest. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were just regular animatronics. Afton had no choice but to kill them, then stuff them into the suits. But Golden Freddy wasn't just a regular animatronic, it was a Springlock suit. The same Springlock suit that took his youngest son's life. Afton was aware of how dangerous the Springlocks were. Any bit of moisture or too much movement would cause them to snap shut, slowly killing whoever was inside. So that's exactly what he did to Cassidy. He put him into the suit and watched as the Springlocks snapped shut, cementing Cassidy's death as the most brutal of them all. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy weren't the only animatronics sitting in the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, though. They were joined by the security puppet, which contained the soul of Henry's daughter Charlie. Once Afton was gone, Charlie jumped into action, almost acting as a guide for their souls, properly giving them life inside of each animatronic. After the incident, the kids were quickly reported missing by their families, and although the security cameras caught Afton luring the kids away, he wasn't able to fully get in trouble. Since he was wearing the Spring Bonnie suit, they were never able to prove it was actually him. Afton also hid the kids' bodies where no one would ever look, so the bodies were never found. Unbelievably, Afton was able to get away with yet another crime. Because of all the bad press that came from the missing children's incident, people stopped coming to the pizzeria. After months of customers no longer showing up, Fazbear Entertainment officially shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Shortly after the pizzeria shut down, Afton decided to pull the Funtime animatronics out of retirement and finally get his underground facility fully operational. He knew he couldn't try opening another Circus Babies restaurant, so he had a new idea.
Due to the massive success and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment. Unlike most entertainment venues, our robotic entertainers are rented out for private parties during the day.
Afton opened Circus Babies Entertainment and Rental. This way, he could rent out the Funtime animatronics to local birthday parties, capture kids, and bring them back to
This is so
the
creepy.
bunker to be experimented on. While Afton was running his rental business, Fazbear Entertainment was determined to try opening another pizzeria. In the summer of 1987, Fazbear Entertainment opened the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, this time with brand new versions of their original characters. These were called the Toy Animatronics, and they were once again built by Henry. Henry was aware of what happened in 1985, and especially of what happened to his daughter, so he was determined to make sure that never happened again. These new toy animatronics were equipped with facial recognition systems that were linked directly to a criminal database. The security puppet was also brought out of retirement, but instead of working security, it sat quietly in the prize corner. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, and Spring Bonnie were also moved to the new pizzeria, and it's revealed that these animatronics were mostly used for spare parts.
By now, I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room. Those are from the previous location, and we just use them for parts now. The idea at first was to repair them, but they were just so ugly, you know? And the smell.
This means that the haunted metal of the original Freddy's animatronics was now being put into the toy animatronics, causing the toys to also now be possessed. After Afton got away with the first set of murders, he needed to see if the kids' spirits were possessing the animatronics. In order to see for himself, Afton went back to work at the new pizzeria as a daytime security guard. While Afton was working the day shift,
That's FNAF
Jeremy
2.
Fitzgerald was working the night shift. Jeremy worked there for 5 nights, and unfortunately for him, because the kids possessing the animatronics were killed by an adult, they were extremely aggressive to any adult they encountered.
They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare.
Meanwhile, Afton decided to pull the same trick he did at the old Freddy's location, gaining 5 more victims.
Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. someone used it.
Afton used the Spring Bonnie suit to pull the same stunt again on 5 more kids. But as he was committing the murders, Charlie from inside the puppet was actively trying to save the kids. She tried enlisting the help of the other animatronics, but it was too late. Afton had already finished what he started. Not only that, him seeing the puppet and Freddy walking around the pizzeria trying to stop him was all the proof he needed that his experiments were successful. The kids he put into the original suits were haunting the animatronics. But there was one problem. Afton knew that the haunted metal of the endoskeletons was the key to everything, but the animatronics were trapped at the pizzeria. There was no way he could bring them back to his underground bunker. He couldn't get to the animatronics if the pizzeria was still open and active, so he needed to find a way to make sure the pizzeria shuts down and fast. Instead of stuffing the new set of victims into the toy animatronics, he decided to leave the kids out in plain sight, scattered throughout the pizzeria. This was a guaranteed way to get the pizzeria shut down. A few hours after Afton committed the murders, Jeremy Fitzgerald showed up for his night shift, unaware of what happened that day.
Hello? What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay?
The next day, during Jeremy's day shift, one of the animatronics bit him in the head. This was infamously known as the Bite of 87. Meanwhile, Afton successfully got the pizzeria shut down. As the Bite of 87.
Is that the Bite of 87?
Successfully got the pizzeria shut down. The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying after being open only a few days, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is closing its doors. The new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of a possible reorganization of the company. Since the toy animatronics were now being scrapped, he knew he could get away with taking their endoskeletons. But he also knew that he couldn't risk showing his face at the pizzeria again, so he got his oldest son Michael to do the work for him. William was easily able to get Michael to do whatever he wanted. William was abusive and manipulative, while Michael was haunted by the
It's delayed, isn't it?
brother. Because of this, Michael basically acted as William's puppet. Michael showed up for the night shift at the now closed Freddy Fazbear's Pizza under a code name, Fritz Smith.
I got to go.
He would successfully steal
Dang it. Alright, I'll keep streaming this, but, yeah. Alright. I hope you enjoyed while you were here. If you did, you know what to do. Like, I think you already liked and subscribed, but I have to say it. Alright. I'll stream tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, John.